else is Kevin. Yes. Good morning, friends. How are you? It's like it was Halloween last night, right? Here, let me put you down. I feel like chatting with you for just a second before we get into this this video. There, how's that? Is that okay? I got the light there. It's still, well, it's not quite light yet. Actually, it's kind of dark. It's November, exactly. My wife's feeding the cat. It's funny, I feed the cat at about 3:30. He smacks me in the face. Every day I'm up at 3:30, 4 o'clock because the cat comes after me and whack, whack, whack and does strange things to me in the middle of the night. And I get up and it works good because I do my YouTube thing and all that. But, excuse me, our dog, Chica, she is terrified of the fireworks, friends. Terrified. And our cat, I think, well, she's afraid of her own shadow anyway, Chica. And then we have this, what do you call that sweater you put on her, babe? A thunder shirt, it's called. And it wraps the dog. It's just like a tight sweater that when the fireworks and the chaos is happening, it comforts them a bit. And it does help. I'll be quite honest, it does help. Funny things. But this lightning vest or sweater for Chica gives her that same thing. Thunder shirt. Like someone's hugging her maybe or holding her. Because she's terrified. Like terrified. Friends, we got some good content coming. I've been cutting like crazy. I've been really enjoying it. And the recipient program, friends, is in full on fledged. People don't get charged no more. I'm just gonna say it. They don't. Unless people force it upon me, they just won't accept it. Because some people are like that. They just will not accept it. They're like, no. I'm paying you. Forget it. I'm not going to get into a fight match with people. So what I do is we're starting our Roughing It for the homeless in Nanaimo, in my own city. We're not starting it. We're starting to donate to this resource in Nanaimo, which is a great thing. It's a new thing. So anybody, just so you know, let's get this out of the way. I don't like talking about this on the channel, but any super chats, any of our messengers of kindness who are our monthly people who support the channel, we call them the messengers of kindness. We love you. All of that, super chats, the super thanks under the video where you can do super thanks, any video, all goes to this, to the recipient program, which 20 years ago when I started it, probably even longer ago now, it was me doing tree work for free for someone. Once a month we did it. If you're not familiar with where it originated from, well, that's where it originated from. And the particular job that I started it on was like, it was a crazy thing. I had an old, this 1972 3-ton truck, and I had my little dump box on it and a chipper, I think at that time. I just got my old gas pot chuck and duck chipper. And we were jagged full of them. We just finished working, and me and David, who I was his best man at his wedding a few years ago, a young man who came to me looking for kind of a better way in life, and he had a rough start, and he was like our son. But anyways, he was working for us at the time, and I said, David, we were coming off this hill in North Nanaimo. We were coming off this hill, and we were whipped. Jagged full of branches and chipping and everything. And I know some of you have heard this story, but I want to tell it again because this is where this has morphed, friends, into... Every time I talk about this, it seems like I'm wearing this shirt. I had this vision of me talking about this 6 years ago on the channel, 7 years ago maybe, probably 7, upstairs in the drum room, that YouTube was going to help me do tree work for free. I remember freaking saying it. And then I said it several times after that. But anyways, so it's such a neat thing, friends, for me. So I'm getting off topic. But so we're coming off down this hill. Just real quickly, this is what happened. I got to be careful when I tell this story because it changed my life. This one day changed my life. It changed my business. It changed everything for me. And it was the gift of giving is what happened to me. I know it. I know it infiltrated into me. So here comes this older woman. She was in a house coat, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I remember visioning it coming down off this hill and seeing this lady come out with. And in the city, you have all your yard clippings and your snippings from your gardens. People put them in bags, garbage bags, and they put them at the curb and they pay the city to take them away. Like so anyways, I'm like, hey, Davey, we got a bit of room in the back. Let's help this lady out. It was just on a whim, friends, on a whim. So we pulled over. You can envision my big old truck. I'll see if I can get a picture of it.
So there's a picture of the old girl there on the left. That's the old 72. And then, of course, the International's a 77. And then the crew cab, you can just see the front end. But then in this next picture, you got us on the water with old Green there. And it just, friends, firewood is just a massive, massive part of my life. Like, massive.
This is before the accident, friends. I'm sitting in Big Green here. And I was so proud. It was my first truck. And look at those little kids. Look at Hogan. What was the turtle's name, babe? Franklin.
1 second.
Franklin the turtle. Look at little Rita. There's that power saw hanging on my neck. But I mean, I was a problem. There was no tattoos on that man. Young man. That was before the accident, friends. So we drive down and we pull off to the side and I jump. I said, Dave, let's go. Jump out. Let's go get this lady. Let's help her out. So we do that. We can't take the plastic because what we do, friends, is we had organics, right? No plastics or anything. So we ripped all her bags and we dumped them into the back of the truck. There was probably 10 bags, 8 to 10 bags. It was quite a big amount of stuff, friends. Probably a year of clippings from her yard. Anyway, we happened to catch her just as she was putting it out on the street. She's probably paying somebody to take it away. Well, I know she was because she tried to pay me. So we loaded him into the truck, and she came down the driveway, wallet in hand, with 20s, like starting to count out. She was, how much do I owe you? And friends, I remember just feeling so grateful that my life was working at that time. My life was working. I had a home. I had my beautiful wife. My business was growing. I had a dump truck, even though it was a beat up old 3-ton dump truck and a little chipper, and my life was working. And I think at that time that had been probably maybe 5 years sober. I think around that time, friends. I don't know exactly. I could think about it, but I'm not going to waste my time going like this on the video. But it was about that. I think it was about 5 years, because David, the gentleman who was working with me, I saw him downtown, and he was down, and he said the words to me, friends. I was at a meeting. This is going back a long time, and he said to me, "Hey, do you have any work? Could you show me, do you have any work? I want to get my life straight." And he said the words to me. I said, "Well, yeah, I got some work, but we can get you going in life a bit if you want to get going." So he, at that time, friends, was a drug addict, friends. He won't mind me saying, because that he would tell you the same. He was a drug addict. He was a young man. He was 19 years old, I think, and he was from the city. You think he was older, babe?
I think so.
Well, he was 19 when he came in. I think 19 or 20 when he came in. So, anyways, regardless. So I had made a decision to take him in and try and help him. And I put him to work. But he said the words to me, friends. This is what he said to me. show me the way. He said those actual words to me at a meeting downtown. Show me the way. I said, are you ready? And at that time, friends, he was a doughboy, like not a physical worker. I think he maybe dabbled in the gym or whatever. But so, and here I am, and all ripped up and barked up and in suspenders and, doing my thing. And he said, just show me the way. And I'll tell you that guy, he became a gorilla. He became a gorilla. He was the best power saw filer. I taught him to file power saw, run power saw, firewood and tree working. He was an incredible. It was neat to watch. It was just neat to watch. So that was one of the first times that I was able to kind of give back a bit to humanity, maybe in some strange way. Because my life was going good at that time, and I just remember it. So I just wanted to kind of reiterate where this recipient program started for me, and it was that day. I know I kind of went off on the David story, but we helped that lady that day, friends, and she came out to pay us, and I drove off. I said, no, not today. But the most important thing, you need to understand this, friends, if you're thinking about infiltrating this into your life. There was not one iota or thought or sponsoring thought, so to speak, of, hey, this is going to help me. Maybe something good will happen to me. There wasn't a freaking hint of it anywheres in that transaction. Friends, I literally, and I know my true blues have heard this story. I know you have. I almost get a little bit choked up talking about it because I know it changed my life. We jumped back in the cab. You can picture it, right? The big old truck. Davey jumps in that side. I jump in. And friends, my chin was rumpling. I had water in my eyes. And I had to look out the window as I was driving because I didn't want David to see me that I was emotional. You know what I mean? Like, it was that powerful for me. So, I don't know why. It just, we did it. So what I did, sorry, I'm yapping a bit, but I took that feeling that I had from that day. She just kind of was like, what do you mean? And I said, you're the recipient today. Buck and Billy Ray's tree service. And I drove away, and I'll never forget it. I said, you're the recipient. Just a random recipient. I don't care if you're a millionaire or a drug addict bum on the street, some downtrodden person. It does not matter to me. Giving is giving. It does not matter. So we made it. After I composed myself driving down the road and I was able to look at David, I said, Dave, we're going to do this once a month. Just like we do our swag pack. Same deal. Once a month, we give a swag pack away on the 15th of every month. So I know this is a longer kind of a ramble video, but I'm going to upload it. I'm going to upload it because I haven't talked about this in a long, long time. And friends, I sit here and stare at you right today and tell you that I have not charged for tree work for a long, long time. I don't spout about it all the time, but I do mention it because there's people here that support my mission and support my message of kindness and love. And there's people who donate to the channel on a monthly basis. There is super thanksers and super chatters on our live feeds. And friends, you're part of something. And I thank you for it. So I don't know what happened to me that day, but it was a profound epiphany for me. Not that I hadn't done nice things in my life before and helped people. That's not what it was. It was different. It was different. So that's where the recipient program was born right there and then. And friends, so a month would go by or whatever, and we'd be working, doing tree work, just building my legacy, my little Buck and Billy Ray's tree service. And I'd say, today's the day. And I would look at David or whoever was working for me. It didn't matter with me, working with me. I never saw anybody working for me. I never saw that ever, actually. I saw people as working with me, working for them. I've always said that to every person that worked with me was, you're working for you. You're working with me. So in a sense, you're working for you. Because when you leave here, and someone calls me and says, hey, Buckin, we had this guy apply for a job here. What do you think? Ah, interesting, eh? We're always working, friends. You're always working for your name. It's your name. It's all you got. And we talk about it here on this channel all the time. So wherever you're at, whoever you're working with, do your best, because they're gonna say something about you. They're just gonna. And people are gonna reach out to them. I'm talking about young people starting in the workforce. And there's a freaking living in hard work, boy. I'm telling you right now, there's a living in hard work. It's given me everything. It's given me everything. And I've smashed my body. I don't know why I'm emotional today, but I think it's because I'm at the stage now, friends, where I can give more. You know what I mean? I can give more. And it's gonna be crazy. This is gonna be a neat journey I'm on now. I feel really fortunate to have a home and a loving family, and to be able to give freely. Again, so this is where the Recipient program was spawned, was that day with my old truck. And I just wanted to share that story again, friends, because I haven't shared it for a little while. And I know there's new people coming in. And to the new subscribers, welcome to you. Welcome to you. I'm glad you're here. I'm a 54-year-old guy coming up. I'll be 54 in April. And the trees have given me everything. Power saws and axes and trees, the tree service, the falling, the logging, everything. More the logging, I think. But the tree service as well. All of it. The tree man. It's funny, friends, I don't see any other tree workers on YouTube doing firewood. or swinging axes. I just don't see it. It's weird. I love it. And you don't see it in town either. I fed my family on firewood. How many times did firewood pull us out of the bite, babe, when there was no logging or no tree work? She knows. When there was no logging, like we were snowed out, whatever, no tree work, firewood pulled us out of the bite every time. I got a real soft spot in my heart for firewood. Anyways, this is almost a 20-minute video. I'm just full of gratitude right now to see things come to fruition in the Recipient program. And I just want to thank people for their part that they play in this, because it's a huge thing and it's growing. We're on a job right now that you're going to see the video of. It's coming up. This woman I've worked for before, she lives out here. She has a piece of property, and she's developing a spot for people to come and be with the animals. And she's got little cabins around and a little country kitchen for post-stress people who just want to get in touch with nature and animals. And she's creating this place, friends. But her forest is in really bad shape. I'll show you some stuff. I'll give you a blurb. Yesterday was nuts, actually. Anyway, still cutting, picking the work I want, picking the people I want to work for and give to. And It's wonderful. It's wonderful. There's lots of stuff on the go. We have a factory boot tour coming up from Nick's Boots.
What a freaking nice freaking shoe, dude. What is that?
It's called a Manitou.
A Manitou?
Not a Manitoba, but a Manitou. Some people call it a Manito.
Thank you for that. Okay, let's
good.
get these looking a little more West Coasty.
Alrighty.
Thinner because of the length of that for better fold over. Is that an option?
You don't want to do that.
There you go.
You'd be sanding off the top grain.
So I'm asking and you're telling me. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yep.
But we'll
So-
see. We'll see how these ones set.
Okay. We're probably good on the video for right now. What's
I wanted to make sure that it was good timing for everybody involved for me to put that video up. It's coming up within a week, I think. A week and a half, we're going to put that video up. That was so fun that time at Nick's, friends. Nick's and I are horsing around with some things, and it's the first thing I really have ever done on YouTube with anyone. And what a great company. The boots have been phenomenal. So I've got some footage coming up on that. Some break-in stuff, some neat things that we were back on the journey at the Paul Bunyan and with Nick and that. So anyways, look forward to that. Just a gratitude video this morning. Love yous all. Friends, work hard. Be kind. We'll talk to you again next video. What was that, honey?
What was that?
Was there something going on?
Did you not hear that?
I did hear something.
I don't know what it was.
I better go look. Bye, friends.